Hello, I'm the Pink Phantom. Welcome to my podcast, where we will go deep into the lair of the purple worm instead of down into the rabbit hole, where we'll voyage into the astral realm of my mind and explore the verse of nerd culture. This is Phantom Thoughts. Well, it's been a minute, but I'm putting in a new episode here. I've got a call from Jason from a while back now, talking about backstory. I probably won't respond to that. It's been a while, and I think I've said everything I know to say about backstory. And then after that, I'm going to play a game. So we'll see how that goes.
Hey, Pink Phantom, Jason here. Just listened to episode 36. Love that Denizens of the North. Great little segment there. As far as backgrounds, yeah, I don't think we're far. I think we're kind of on the same page here. And sorry if it sounds like I'm coming across differently. I'm much more of an emergent kind of guy. Like, I'll roll some backgrounds. Like in AD&D, you can roll for like family size and things like that, your background, things like that. But where you're from, whatever. But realistically, it all comes out during play. But I definitely, as it comes out during play, I'm writing that down and tracking that, and that becomes that character's backstory. So by the time we've played, a few sessions, different things come out, and that backstory is growing, that character story is growing, and so they're played consistently. So I don't think we're disagreeing on this really at all. And even in my case, maybe I made it sound like he just appeared out of nowhere. We had the idea. Oh yeah, well he's because I rolled his age. He's kind of young, so he came from some dwarves that were mining the hills with gems and all, and he came out with a caravan, and then he stayed there after the merchants left that were selling the gems because he wanted to experience the world. So there was that like one line backstory for it, to be honest, and then we just played with it from there. So yeah, I think we're about on the same sheet music here. And this is super rambly, so don't feel you have to play it, but keep up the great work, and I'll talk to you soon.
On Kickstarter, I backed a game called Korg, and the sort of visual style of the one illustration on it is very similar to that in Borg, and the creator of this game has done more Borg related material, but this particular game it's a very brief little game. It's a dungeon, sort of a dungeon type delve. It's on a card, and it's not even like a playing card size. It's like an ID card size. And on one side it says Korg, and it has a nice illustration of a sort of the back of an adventurer with a sword looking like it's dripping with blood approaching a set of ruins. And on the other side is the game itself. It has items listed for the shop. It has items listed that you can come across when you explore ruins. It says you are an adventurer that can retire at 50 gold pieces. You have 20 HP max. You can shop or explore. You cannot flee without items. To fight, roll greater than X on a d6 to defeat foe and get gold pieces, or else take damage. And under Explore Ruins, there's a d6. It tells you what you encounter. There are 3 columns. X, which is what you have to do to defeat the creature. There's also a trap on here, which doesn't have an X. You can't defeat the trap. You just fall into the trap. There's a column for damage, and there's a column for gold pieces if you overcome the creature. Now, also as part of the Kickstarter, there was sort of a deluxe edition. It's a second card. It has 3 additional locations. In addition to the ruins on the first card, you can explore catacombs, explore fetid swamp, or explore dark tower. And it adds 3 items to the shop. So I'm just going to run through this. I have, a little mental picture of this. Edmund has decided to go adventuring so that he can acquire enough gold to buy a farm and retire there with his lady love Olivia. So Edmund is about to delve into the ruins. And you are going to hear a couple of dice when I roll dice, just because I like to have more than one die in my hand, even if I'm just going to roll one. I guess I think it makes it more random or something. So here we go. Into the ruins. A 4. And he runs across a wraith. Ooh. He has to roll a 5 or better to defeat the wraith. So here we go. And he gets a 2. So he is going to take 2 damage from the wraith. All right, so we're going to explore again. This time he gets a 5. This is an ogre. He needs a 4 or better to beat the ogre. And he gets a 1. Edmund is not doing well. He takes 7 damage. All right. Going into the ruins again. Come on, Edmund. You can do this. A 2. A 2 gives him a skeleton. He only needs to roll a 2 or better to beat the skeleton. Come on. And he rolls a 3. Hooray. So Edmund will collect 1 gold piece. 1 gold piece will not buy you anything in the shop. So we're going to go back to the ruins again. A 3. 3 is a goblin. Need a 3 or better on a d6 to beat the goblin. Oh, Edmund. He gets a 1. He's going to lose 2 more damage. Ooh, Edmund's getting low. He's lost more than half his health. Come on, Edmund, you can do this. We got another 3. We got the goblin again. That pesky goblin. A 4. Good job, Edmund. We're going to collect 2 more gold. All right. What can we get with our 3 gold? Is there anything exciting we can get? We are going to... We're going to spend 2 gold and get a caltrop. A caltrop allows you to flee a foe once. All right, mark that we have the caltrop. Come on, Edmund. Explore these ruins. 4. Got a wraith again. Ooh, a 6. He beat the wraith. Good job, Edmund. That's going to get him 4 more gold pieces. All right. Keep on exploring. Here we go. A 2. We got a skeleton, another skeleton. A 3. We beat the skeleton. Another gold piece added to the hoard. All right. Let's try exploring the catacombs. We spotted some catacombs at the distance here. We got a 5. It's a banshee. Banshee, you need a 3 to beat the banshee. To take either 6 damage or to collect 7 gold pieces. We rolled a 6, collecting 7 gold pieces. Awesome. So with that, we're going to spend 10 of those gold pieces and buy ourselves some armor. Armor reduces damage by 1, which is good because we're pretty low on health here. Right, back to the catacombs. A 2, a zombie. Need a 2. We'll take 2 damage. Roll a 6. We get a gold piece. Great. All right. Good stuff. Come on, Edmund. Explore those catacombs. 5, another Banshee. A 4, we beat the Banshee. We're having good luck with these Banshees so far. 7 more gold pieces. Here. All right. I'm using some poker chips to keep track of my gold pieces here. Back to the catacombs. 3. That is a ghoul. Need a 2 or better to beat the gold. Got it. Got a 6. 2 more gold pieces. All right, Edmund, let's go. Ooh, a 6. That's not good. Ooh, that's a lich. Lich is need a 5 to beat a 5 or better. Take 4 damage or get 10 gold pieces. Got a 5. Good job. 10 more gold pieces. Fantastic. All right, let's see. Why don't we we'll spend 7 of these gold pieces and get a high potion of healing, which lets us roll 2d6 and get that much health back. 5 health. That's not great, but it's better than nothing. If you hear some scraping, I've got a plastic covered notebook. I've got some little metal. They're sci-fi credits is what they are, and I'm using them to track HP, sliding them across in different columns. All right, Edmund. Let's go back to the catacombs. No, you know what? Let's try a new location. Fetid Swamp. What we got on the Fetid Swamp here? We got 4. Got a slime. All right, there is a 4 for the slime. Six. Awesome. Collect D6 gold pieces. 1. Ooh, what? Ooh, the slime would have destroyed a piece of equipment. We probably should have just thrown the couch up and run on that one. We didn't want to risk our armor. All right, back to the swamp. A 2. A croaker. Wonder if that's like the little toad guys in the Dungeons and Dragons cartoons. Were they bullywogs, I believe. There's a croaker. Croaker in this, we'll say. Beat a 1. Gotta beat a 1. Yep. No gold for the croaker, though. We just got by him. All right. One more time in the Fetid Swamp here. A shaman. 5 is a shaman. Need a 4 better to beat him. Got a 4. Oops, I've been doing this wrong. You gotta beat it. Okay, well, and we take the damage. Probably should have been doing that for some of these others. That's 3 damage. The armor reduces that by 1, so we'll take 2 damage. All right, swamp. 5. Shaman again. 5. This time we did beat him. All right. We get 6 gold pieces for that. All right, let's see. We'll change our location here again into the Dark Tower. Got a 3. That is a gargoyle. Roll better than a 4 to avoid taking 2 damage. Got a 3. 2 damage, that's reduced by 1. We'll take 1 damage. Back into the Dark Tower. Ooh, a 6. Ooh, that's a vampire. Alright, so we're going to have to roll a 6 to beat this vampire. You can do it, Edmund. I believe in you. Yes. A 6. Good job, bud. 11 gold pieces. Let's see. Let's find another one of these high healing potions. See if we can get our health back up a little more. Let's change the dice for this one. Come on. Oh wow, 12. So that's 4 6s in a row to get the vampire, to beat the vampire, and then the health. All right, we're back up to full health. 7 gold pieces well spent, that one. All right, we got another vampire. Here we go. Oh, wow. I've changed dice and I keep rolling 6s. Amazing. All right. 11 gold pieces there. How are we doing on gold pieces? We're up over 30. We're getting there. All right. A 1. What did that give us in the Dark Tower? A crow. A crow. For my buddy Joe from the Hindsightless podcast. I'm sorry, Joe. We got to try to beat this crow. We got to roll a 2 or better or take a damage. He doesn't have any gold. He gave it all to Joe. Oh, we rolled another 1. Took some damage. Oh, nope. But our armor reduces damage by 1, so we didn't take anything. Yep, I guess that crow gave Joe all his gold, so that's why he didn't have any. All right, let's go back to the ruins. We weren't having good luck in the ruins. Let's see if we can change that. 5. That nasty ogre again. Got to roll better than a 4. A 6. All right, good job. All right, so the ogre has 7 gold on him. Let's see here. We're up over 40 gold at this point. That's not right. Yeah, okay. No, that is right. All right, good. All right, one more delve into the... See if we can get over the top with this one. 4. That's that Wraith again. Ooh. We had to roll a 6 to beat him. And we did not. We rolled a 1. So the Wraith does 2 damage, but with the armor, it reduces that to 1. All right, let's try this again. The Ruins, a pit trap. Just take 3 damage. Armor will reduce that, but... All right, come on. 5. Ogre again. 4. Didn't quite beat him. I'm going to take 3 damage here. Ooh. All right, we're not going to let these ruins get the best of us. A 2. Skeleton. Come on, skeleton. Beat that skeleton. We rolled a 2. We needed a 3. Lose another health. Oh, but the ruins are not good for us. I need to quit going there. Ooh, pit trap again. Let's see. Let's see if we have better luck going back to the catacombs. The ruins are just not good for my buddy Edmund. All right. What's a 1 in the catacombs? A spike trap. Going to the spike pit. Dun, 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 dun. All right. That's 4 damage. The armor will reduce that to 3. And what's this? There is D6 gold pieces at the bottom of the spike trap. Ooh, let's see how much gold do we get? We got 5. And that is going to put us over 50. Our buddy Edmund goes back to town. He buys himself a farm, gets himself, puts a little away for upkeep and for bad times, and asks his lady love Olivia to marry him and lives happily ever after. Good job, Edmund. What a brave adventurer you were. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. That was kind of fun. I like that. That was a good investment. I'm going to put a link to the Ko-Fi shop of the gentleman that created Korg because he is selling extras that he generated from his Kickstarter that didn't go to the backers, and he's selling them on his Ko-Fi. So if you thought that was fun, if you think that's something that's a good way to spend, it's about 15 minutes, check it out. Go out there, pay a few bucks. It didn't cost much. And let me look that up right quick. I had it a second ago. Here we go. $6. $6. You get 2 cards the size of your ID or driver's license, and combine that with some dice and a pencil and a paper to write down equipment and hit points and stuff like that, and have a lot of fun with it. Dungeon Havoc on Ko-Fi, and that link will be in the show notes. Hope you all enjoyed that. Have a good day. One last thing. Recently, a podcast I recently ran across called the Basilisk Hill Breakdown. It's on Spotify for podcasters, or whatever they're calling it now instead of Anchor. And it is a very old school OSR domain from the beginning of the campaign, domain level from the beginning of the campaign, oriented campaign. Evil Jeff from the Minions of Musing podcast is one of the players in it. They've got a couple of episodes up. The person that's posting it from, I think it's from Third Kingdom Games. Let's make sure I'm getting that right. I want to attribute it correctly. From Third Kingdom Games, Todd Lebeck. He is the Dungeon Masters for this campaign. They ran several sessions before they started recording for the podcast because they wanted to see where it was going and everything. So, but it's the first podcast I've really run across where it's in that old school vein where the players are looking at the domain level play from the beginning of getting themselves a keep and getting themselves hirelings and henchmen and followers and stuff, so that they can build their own community, eventually their own stronghold, their own kingdom maybe, as they are also exploring the area. And it drives the play. It drives, what they're doing, cleaning out the area they're in. It's a hex crawl type game where they're cleaning out the hex they're in so that they can build what they have, and they're building relations with the neighboring town and with local merchants and a caravan that they're escorting through in the first couple of episodes. So it's the first one I've heard that's really, I've read a lot of blogs that kind of have this orientation to an extent, one extent or another, but it's the first time I've really run across a podcast that covers it. So that makes it very different. So if you've ever had any interest in, what's the thought process if you're looking at things from building strongholds and acquiring, creating a faction, acquiring an army, acquiring building a thieves guild, building a temple or whatever, depending on what your characters' classes may be. This is something that I think looks like you could listen to and really get an idea to the thought process, because there's a lot of discussion among the players. There's a lot of high level discussion, sort of above the table discussion as well. It's not all in character, in discussion. There's a lot of back and forth between the players and the dungeon master, asking questions, getting answers. So there's a lot of really old school principles in this, and it's really the first podcast I've run across that does a lot of those things. So I found it very interesting, and hopefully if you're interested in that style of play, you will as well. Something to check out. I will put links in the show notes to that as well. But if you want to look it up on Spotify, because I found it there, Basilisk Hill Breakdown is the name of the podcast. And that's going to do it for another episode of Phantom Thoughts. If you have any feedback you'd like to leave, you can contact me by leaving a voice message at anchor.fm/the-pink-phantom, or you can send an email to thepinkphantom1@gmail.com, or you can contact me on Twitter @thepinkphantom. The music in this episode was Strength of the Titans and Late Night Radio by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license from creativecommons.org/licenses/by/4.0.